day tomorrow! Aloha guys, and welcome to Drenched. My name's Jordan.
And I'm Nate.
Thanks for watching our first episode. I'm sure you all will get to know us along the way, but there's really only a few things you need to know about us right now. Number 1, we love scuba diving. Number 2, we love to travel. Number 3, we're filming it all and inviting you guys along for the ride. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. In this episode, we prepare to leave Nate's hometown of Salt Lake City after a family visit and head to the island of Oahu in Hawaii. Alright, so we're getting ready for our trip. We've packed a couple things. We've got some clothes, toothbrush, toothpaste, and oh yeah, we have all this stuff too. So we've got all of our underwater camera gear, all of our dive gear, drone, 100 chargers, 2 other video cameras, and I don't even know what else. We're not even done yet. Nate's over here testing out the drone in cold, gray, scary weather. Nate's in denial. He's got his jacket on and board shorts and flip-flops.
I'm ready to go.
He's ready. He's ready for Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
As usual, we waited to the last minute to pack. So after fumbling around until about 1 o'clock in the morning, we pulled ourselves out of bed just 3 hours later and hopped in the car to go to the airport. Shout out to Nate's mom for the early morning lift. We got our Chevy Spark, and the entire car is pretty much full of our luggage. And we're in Oahu traffic right now. It's pretty extreme, but the weather's beautiful and the sun is shining. And we're on our way to the house that we're staying at, so we are pretty stoked. We haven't really driven in traffic like this in a while,
it's a nightmare.
so
It sucks so bad.
We were exhausted and relieved when we arrived in Hawaii Kai, a beautiful suburb just east of Waikiki. We couldn't believe it when we arrived at the home we were being hosted in.
All right, we just got to the place we're staying. We are staying with the owners of Island Divers while we're here. They were very nice to host us for this trip. Nice little place. They have Discover divers diving in the pool each day, so that'll be cool. Matt and Sheila from Island Divers, really nice people. And yeah, perfect little place. We have our own room. Here comes Jordan. All right, here's home, baby. All right.
It was great to be back in Hawaii. Hawaii is a really special place for us, and there's a reason why we decided to start our first episode here. Hawaii is where Nate and I first met. It's where we dove with our first humpback whale, our first tiger shark. We danced with bottlenose dolphins, slept on the sand under the stars, bathed in waterfalls. Hawaii was the start of our adventure, sharing our lives, and now it's the start of our passion project, Drenched. We didn't waste any time getting in the water, so the next morning after our arrival, we headed out for a day of diving.
To you and me uptown, dancing all around.
All right, guys, we are diving with Island Divers here on Oahu today.
It is a beautiful morning, and we're so excited to go diving. All right, well, I'm guessing we're gonna see some turtles because there's turtles everywhere here.
I'm gonna find an octopus.
Nate's gonna find us an octopus.
Uh-huh.
I would like to see some cool nudies. Hold up. What? For those of you that may not know, nudie is not referring to birthday suit pictures. Nudie is short for nudibranch, which is a fancy word for a sea slug. I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. I love scuba. I love scuba.
Jordan's getting her little penguin outfit on.
Oh my god, it's so tight. I haven't worn this in a while. Our first dive site of the day was called the LCU, short for Landing Craft Utility. I spent quite a bit of time searching for a picture of this particular vessel, but with no luck. But if you're like me and have no idea what an LCU would look like, here's a picture of one that's quite similar. It's 115 feet long, 34 feet wide, and 36 feet high. She lies in the sand about 85 feet below the surface. LCUs were used by the Navy to transport equipment and people to shore. This particular wreck was donated by the Pearl Harbor Navy shipyard to be sunk, turning it into a new habitat for sea critters. It's been underwater now for just shy of 20 years. It was an awesome first dive for the trip. This was one of the cooler wrecks we'd ever dove, and there was so much life there. We pretty much saw all the staples of Oahu diving. Turtles for days, white tip reef sharks, spotted eagle rays, and a few other smaller critters hanging around too. Here you go, guys. This little fella right here is one of those nudies I was talking about earlier. This particular variety is called the blue dragon.
And here's one of my favorites, the kahuna nudibranch. Look at the colors on this guy. Absolutely stunning. Best dive so far.
With the LCU under our belt, we hopped back on the boat and headed to our second dive site called Sea Caves, located just around the corner from Oahu's famous Hanauma Bay. We entered the water and swam straight towards the wall, where we entered into the opening of a massive lava tube which opened up into a beautiful cavern. These kind of dives are my absolute favorite. I love exploring in caves, searching the darkness with my dive light for hidden little creatures.
This puppy right here is known as a devil's scorpionfish. He's a master of disguise. He just sits there and waits until a fish swims by and then he pounces.
Once we left the cavern, we swam out into the blue, where we were rewarded with even more action.
I didn't just find an octo, I found a pair that were getting pretty friendly. I think I interrupted their moment, but I can't tell if she's trying to push me away or tagging me in. That curly arm he's reaching out is known as a hectocotylos, and he's about to insert it into the female's mantle. Yes, I had to look all of that up. Now that we've had our fair share of nature porn, let's move on, shall we?
After an amazing morning of diving, we decided to take a hike up this little beauty right here, Diamond Head State Monument. Get to 88! Go to 88 miles per hour! Look at all these suckers walking up here. If we time this just right, we might be able to make it look like we're the only ones on this trail. There's like a million people here. It's probably one of the main things for tourists to do, but it's supposed to be really cool and really beautiful, and we're on our way up to see, there's a big canoe outrigger race that's finishing, and we're hoping to be able to get a good view of the canoes coming in, so should be worth it. Nate's being the gentleman and he's packing the drone up the hill. Look at that pack mule. Just got serious. We're off the paved trail, and yeah, it's pretty hardcore. We just saw a lady getting pushed down in a wheelchair, so I think this is a hike for anyone and everyone.
All my years in Hawaii, I've never actually come here. I don't know why. It's one of those things, you know.
I'm gonna pop that diamond head cherry today.
One of those things where you don't do all the cool touristy stuff in your own hometown. I'm sure you guys are with me. Cool stuff everywhere you live, you just don't do it.
Can we handle this?
We got this.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
man, this guy dropped his hat down there. It's like a full-on rescue operation. Grab my hand! Grab my hand, bro! Yeah! Woo! Great success! Right, here we are at the Diamond Head State Park. Originally got its name Diamond Head from the earliest Western settlers. They came here and they mistook the crystallized rocks for diamonds, so they called it Diamond Head. It's a really cool place. As you can see, amazing, beautiful lookout, and it's by far the most recognizable landmark in the state of Hawaii. So it's a little bit of a hike up here, but well worth the walk and a little bit of sweat. Look at that sweaty back. Thank you for carrying the drone all the way up here.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh yeah. All right, we're here just in time to see the outriggers finishing their race from Molokai, so check it out. These paddlers you see here are only a mile or so away from the finish line of their 41-mile race across one of the gnarliest channels in the Pacific. These competitors muscle their way through crazy trade winds, strong currents, and massive swells that have been recorded up to 30 feet in past years. The event is called the Molokai Hoe, and it's known for being one of the toughest paddling races in the whole world. As we flew the drone in, we crossed right over a fun little surf break too. It was a fun but exhausting day, so we packed up and headed home to do a little bit of work and just relax. So, there you have it, folks. We really hope you liked our first episode, and we have a lot more in store. If you love scuba, travel, adventure, exploration, conservation, and all things aquatic, then we really hope you will follow us on our journey. Our goal in making these videos is to show the world all the amazing, beautiful, and strange inhabitants of the ocean, in hopes that we will all be inspired to protect it. Don't miss next week's episode where we dive some of Oahu's best wrecks, then get into some shenanigans roaming the streets of downtown Waikiki. We're putting out a new episode each week, so watch, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to let your fellow mermaids and mermen know about us by sharing our videos. If you want the most up-to-date information about us, our mission, and how you can be our dive buddy, check out our website, drencheddivers.com. Seriously, thanks again for watching, and see you next week.